Bingo! There it is. So, vibes and victories. We're back. Not many victories this past weekend, but
That's an understatement.
Some vibes. And look, sometimes vibes can be good, sometimes vibes can be bad. That's why we're going to have a chat here, mate. It's a therapeutic sort of a chat, this one here, you know? Let's express ourselves there. Sports Sangoma. Prasanele. Thanks for being my therapist, bro.
I think many people need some counseling this week. It's funny how the social streets are so quiet. Mate, guys are not. The only thing they're doing is criticizing a bit of Lebok, saying it's his fault. But I saw someone commented and said, well, Mani didn't lose 7 lineouts. So that's quite interesting, yeah?
No, crazy. Apparently, the stat is 69% with lineouts. So some tough stuff. But let's start in reverse. Let's not start where it's expected. Let's let that one simmer a little bit, okay? Let's not, start with the most difficult one. We'll go through some of the action from the weekend, some of the highlights. It was a sports banger of a weekend, a super weekend of sport, which was, kept everyone busy. And you know what I love? At the end of the day, with a good series, a good drama, a good film, good entertainment, you're going to have the lows so you can really celebrate the highs, right? So I think it was expected that this was going to happen sooner or later for all the parties involved, So let's start with Dricus. Let's start with the rough and tough stuff there. Dricus defeat. I'm going to just set you up there nicely. He used, and in quick, simple words, he said, it felt like I was fighting against a blanket.
Yeah.
And immediately I just thought waterboarding. I thought a wet blanket on top of me, trying to push it, oh my goodness, suffocation. I mean, I don't think it was that expected. That was the surprise for me. Although Dricus was the underdog, I don't think people expected Hamzat Chimaev to be that ruthless and that technically sound, There was never any doubt or hesitation with this guy, man. It was something, it was beautiful devastation. Let me put it that way.
I almost tend to maybe disagree with you a bit. I think the bookies got it spot on. Kazmat was favored for a reason. The guy is a monster. The problem is, I think Dricus underestimated how strong he is with the grappling game and the wrestling. That's what they do. The guys from Chechnya, they've got that, that Russian USSR type blood in them. They're ruthless. That guy, I heard a thing that he took on the world champion heavyweight wrestler, and he gave him a serious run for his money. And some say he was better off. So I think what people underestimated was what Dricus underestimated, what South Africa underestimated, is that Khamzat is next level. That's his game. Some people complained about the fight, that it was too one-dimensional and there was no fighting, but it's called MMA for a reason, right? It's mixed martial arts, and that's one of the arts. And he dominated at what he does best, right? And so, as much as Dricus said he knows he's going to get taken down, but who gets taken down? 13 out of 14 attempts. He spent almost 21 minutes on his back, essentially.
So that surprised me. That did surprise me. I thought defensively, because he's so dynamic, he's got an awesome kick. He's got really good low center of gravity for a tall, lanky guy. He's built like a little bit of a ninja turtle of sorts. You know what I mean? So I would think he's got long, lanky arms. I would think he'd stop Hamzat on the approach with knees, with kicks, or with some uppercuts, you know what I mean? And I think because of that hesitation, and I think that's where the preparation was perfect. Similar to the box in a weird way. I think the preparation, there was never any hesitation from Hamzat, where there was a little bit of hesitation from Dricus. So
I would have thought he would have maybe mixed it up a bit more in the latter rounds, because he saw that he was getting taken down in the first 30 seconds of every round. That's ridiculous. That's a domination. Have you ever seen someone be dominated? He got dominated. And then he was supposedly practicing knowing how to get out out of a grapple or whatever, but he didn't get out not once. He attempted to get out a couple of times, stood him up a couple of times, but essentially the guy was on his back for 20, 21 minutes in that crucifix position. He couldn't release his right arm. I've never seen a challenger dominate a champion as much as Dricus got dominated. Period. Blank. He got charged. Even the rematch, I would beg to differ that anything different would happen. He would have to find a way to stop being taken down. And seemingly he didn't have that weapon in his arsenal, whether it was a knee or elbow or even running around the bloody ring. You know, he was always better off on his feet, and he got taken on his back. He got dominated for 21 minutes on the ground, on his back.
21 minutes of domination.
And the bookmakers got it right. So it was 4-10 and 22-10. That means he was 4 times favorite over Dricus. And you would have thought maybe Dricus' size would have helped. The fact that he's so unorthodox that he would make a plan, he got taken down every time. So I can't say I'm surprised. I did win a cheeky bet on that with someone who said anyone who wants to bet against Dricus is I won't use the words that he used. So I just sent him a cheeky DM and just told him I'll hedge my bets with him. And so that was interesting. So that reminds me, of the box also. I feel like everyone got humbled this weekend, even the Proteas.
Let's go straight into that. Let's go straight into the box. Let's leave the Dricus thing. I'm starting to feel like I'm under a little bit of a wet blanket there myself. Geez, good luck with that rematch as well. Holy smoke, good luck. I don't know how they're going to sell it. I don't know. Anyway, it's going to be interesting. Dricus was busy driving cars and things. He was getting into... Anyways, let's move on. Hopefully he's able to bounce back. It's going to be difficult against the Wolf. That guy, I don't see a chink in his armory. His attitude, his mentality, his execution of a plan, his preparation. He's working on 3 different levels, spiritually as well, with what he's doing in Chechnya. He's a family guy. He's very proud of his country. He doesn't want to move anywhere fancy. He's right there where he grew up, changing it, building himself a whole town. So anyways, amazing. Congratulations to the Wolf. And hopefully our Bra in SA can bounce back. The Boks, can they bounce back? Let's start it right there. Can they bounce back? It's a must if you think things could go from bad to worse. I mean, back down to planet Earth, right? It could be a good thing. I think it will be a good thing.
I think it's great.
I think we must never take away from Joe Schmidt, from the plan and the players able to execute that. For you to be tested 22-0 and still stick to the plan is, for me, what a performance by those guys. Yes, we weren't great, but what a performance by those guys. I think again, where was the problem? Maybe we weren't direct enough. People are saying leadership. A couple of players, the form hasn't been helping them, and it's now become a thing of, okay, so the form we've been seeing against Italy, Georgia, over the past couple of months, for some, clearly it's not just I'm getting to the next level, or I'm refreshing as a professional after winning 2 World Cups. I'm sharpening my tools. It seems like it's a bit deeper than that, which is my worry.
Yeah. I think for me, Fudge, I think preparation of Italy and Georgia versus British and Irish Lions is a lot different, first and foremost. I think there's an old adage, as you would know, you need to earn the right to go wide, right? And I think we just carried on playing that game, whether people want to call it Tony ball or whatever they want to call it. We just kept on trying to swing the ball out wide. I know there's a clip, of that particular thing happening in the second half when we're now behind the 8 ball and we need to get back to the structure that we used to and we dominate and will rugby at. And you kick it to the corners and you maul it and you ruck it. And when the right time's right, get it out to the quick boys on the wing. But you can't be just slinging the ball around, one-handed passes, backhanded passes, when you're still behind the 8 ball. We went up 22-0 in the first 17 minutes and didn't score not 1 point. After that, for 63 minutes of a rugby game, not scoring 1 point. Not to say that you didn't have a chance to go for poles, just to get the momentum going again. But we had a level of arrogance about us that we just kept on swinging the ball and acting as if we will always just make the comeback. And what did that lead to? A couple of intercepts and a couple of almost intercepts. You know, they could have put 50 on us by the end of it, the way they came back at the end, because we're just swinging the ball around. So I think we've been humbled at the right time. Same goes for Dricus, same goes for Proteas. I think it's good to catch a wake up and rather do it now than in the World Cup, you know.
Straight up, 100%. I think it's, for us, it's perfect. Like I said, I think it's always good to be forced to change plans. I don't think we have a problem of playing it wide. I liked that. I think there were a couple of moments where it's touch and go. Andre on the inside of that Jesse Krill pass on the inside. If Andre's a little bit deeper, if he's expecting and he's reading the situation more sharp and aware, more in the moment, I think he's a bit deeper than the ball's passed here. But because he's a little bit too flat, it's behind his back, boom, it doesn't handle it well enough, and the try is scored against us. So, Australia, you don't see much structure. So a lot of people are saying we also, you need to be very honest about that as well, is that a lot of the tries they scored, they were kind of defending. And when you're defending that far, again, it's margins that don't work for us. Then, unfortunately, the mental throttle hits in. For them, it's a boost. For us, it just makes us a little bit more stagnant and not in the moment, thinking perhaps too much, you know? And so that's what I think. I don't think we were direct enough in the middle of the pitch. I think going wide, it was on once or twice. I think Mane was under pressure because they didn't give him many options before he goes wide. You know, what Mane does so well is that he disguises passes beautifully. And if there's no one there to disguise it, then, well, it's easy for high-quality players like Tom Wright and Peach to be able to make the read and pick up the points.
Yeah, I think we just played into their hands, just going out too quickly, like I said, in that right. But anyway, I think good wake-up call. I think we'll see a very different team. I know already there's 4 injuries that are out, including Sia, Aronson, 1 or 2 other guys, and then I know there's
injuries. What a battle! I think I got 4 injuries in the Australian side as well. You know, for you to have 9 injuries in a game, just shows you how physical it was. You know, I think the Boks had their moments. They just weren't consistent with it, you know. I thought Sia had an awesome game at the beginning at 8 man. I think he
played bloody well.
I thought Marco van Staden did really well. I'm worried about Peter Steff. I am a bit worried about Peter Steff. And he's looking, you know, he's a warhorse. And a warhorse is a warhorse, you know. In games where it's open, of course, I don't think he'd have a problem if it was a World Cup final. But in games like this, where it's not as tight and you're not as focused and in the moment, and you're sort of trying to still execute plans and evolve as a side, right? New combinations, etc. It's not the same picture. It's not the same movement that you're getting as you would have been used to over the past 8 years. So I hope he's also able to bounce back. But I'm excited to see what the new guys are going to do. I think they'll come with some proper energy. Cheapers, I can't wait to see how Eben is going to be, even alert, you know, how he's going to be. Big moments in the lock setup, you know, when does Archia get his chance? Is this the right sort of a setup for him to get a chance? So anyways, look, for me, it's still it's an amazing show. It's entertaining. And my goodness, this is going to be a rugby championship, one for the ages, I feel.
Yeah, I don't know. You need to maybe roll back the tape and listen to our last week conversation. Those were my exact words. This could be the best ever rugby championship. So
they don't call it the still 5 rounds for nothing.
Yeah, there's still 5 rounds to play. And so this has just made everything a lot more interesting. I don't know if you saw the New Zealand-Argentina game. That was also quite a bang of a game. They got 2 tries in the last 10, 11 minutes. And the final score was, I think, 41-24, yeah? So Argentina weren't completely out of that game either. So I think there's going to be scares on either side. And I think this is the one championship where I think every team will lose a game.
Good calls, though. Let's not spend too much time on the Boks. I guess we'll see what the team looks like. Have a chat about that.
Are you heading down to Cape Town?
Pardon? No, I'm not going down to Cape Town. I wish I was.
Okay. I thought maybe we would touch base on the other side.
Yes, soon, mate. When I'm a big boy like you, Sports Sangoma, I'll be out there. I'll be following the Boks all over the world.
You're a globetrotter. Let's carry
Proteas. On. Defeat expected, not expected. Flying high. Icarus vibes. Back down to earth for them as well. A couple of amazing performances, though. Brevis, doing some crazy stuff out there. But in the end, another loss.
Yeah. I think to sum that up is back to a bit of BMT. We were probably 20 runs short. I watched that game on Saturday morning. Australia always favourites in Australia. The only thing is that, we've come off the high of that winning the Test series, but now I think for the next 3 months we're going to get humbled. I think, unfortunately, that's my call. We've got the ODI. I think that might be starting today, or actually, I think it's actually right now. We go to England for the same thing, 3 T20s, 3 ODIs. We're probably likely to lose both of those 2. And then after that, I think we've got India. So we could be onto a hat-trick of losses of series coming up.
Not with Temba Bavuma. Come on. Not with Temba Bavuma. Captain, my captain. Come on, man.
Yeah, well, I don't know, Fudge. I'm just calling it for what I've seen, what it is. I'll be happy and pleasantly surprised if we win one of the series out of the ones that are coming up in the next 3 months. Look, we're looking okay at the moment. I'm looking at the score here. We won 95 for 2 after 36 overs. This is a 50-over match. I think minimum there, you're probably going to want 280. But good thing we've got wickets in hand. So let's see how that goes. If we can get one up here, ODI, and then hopefully try to close it off in the second or third game. But I think it's going to be a tough series. This one, the ODI 3 that are coming up now, and the upcoming England tour. I think we're going to be onto a couple of losses in a row coming up.
Bro, did you not see what we did at Lords? We don't fear the English, mate. We do not fear the English.
Yeah, I think Test cricket is different to the shorter formats.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. Now that's why I'm going to stop you there. Sangoma, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Proteas, hopefully they can do something positive. But yeah, I agree with you. It's a bit of a cold, but very dark. But it's unfortunately, it's a reality that we need to deal with. That's what happens, when you've been winning things, you're on that high. And I think for the Proteas as well, it is a evolution phase right now. With some of the new blood coming in and consistently being in the side, right? So Proteas, that's a tough one. So we started with the 3 big defeats. Let's talk about some wins, mate. Let's talk about some vibes and victories. Lionheart, SA under-18 win. Junior Boks started a little bit of a trend there, and they dominated. Those SA under-18s dominated like you cannot believe. There's something big brewing in school sports in South Africa, especially with rugby. I see football's also starting to pick up now. Some of the big high schools are starting to play there. I know Pretoria Boys High has been dominating everyone. Thank you. We'll let that one keep flowing before you make any comments. But some big boys that, I enjoyed the performance. Good maturity shown by youngsters who have been, superstars since they were 14, 15 years old. You speak about people like Ethan the Tank Adams, Marcus Miller. The boys are pitching up. Great to see also Bato Hlekani in the Curry Cup. Bato Bele Hlekani. So it's a very amazing time right now if you're a junior rugby player in South Africa. You're getting all the exposure. You're getting put into pressure situations. You're playing good international. So big ups to the organizers and everything. And hopefully we can have another Junior World Cup with this group.
Yeah, no, it's a huge achievement. They clean up England there, as you're saying. Hlekani and under 21 guys, Pete and those guys who were part of the Bok training squad. I think that'll go a long way, and that then obviously gets almost gets you thinking about the current side and what we saw on Saturday from the Bok, and you got to start thinking. I know I was with a guy watching kids club football on Sunday, and Or he had said, we need to be realistic. Are these guys going to carry us all the way to the World Cup, or should we be looking at those under 21 and under 18 sides for guys and start bringing them in and bleeding them? Because the World Cup is only 2 years away. Would you rather have a Khlegani, a 22-year-old bustling beast of a young man when we get to the World Cup, versus having someone that's maybe past their sell-by date? I don't know, mention names, but I'm saying there's a couple of older guys in our side a little bit that maybe 2 years' time, they're not going to be at their prime, But I don't know. Let's see. I would like to see definitely more young blood coming through. And we've got the depth and the talent. So why not? Some of the best players came through at very young ages in New Zealand, England, Australia, South Africa.
I was actually, we're going to go into speaking about some more wins shortly, but let me make a quick statement about that. These lighties are getting spanked in the Carling Curry Cup, mate. They are not ready. They are just getting bled in. 2 years, you have maybe, if you're lucky, you're getting closer towards the 40 mark in terms of caps, if you're playing URC and in the Carling Curry Cup, which I think a lot of the youngsters will have an opportunity to do. So nice bleeding. Maybe it'll be something different. It is a baptism of fire, after all. It's not something that's been popular or that's been done consistently throughout the years. JP Peterson, Frans Steyn, just a few names, of guys that started really young. Scoutberger, and it's very sporadic. It's never really been a trend. So let's see. Hopefully, the spanking comes to an end. They are improving, and they're improving quick. Khlegani was telling, I was doing a game now. Was it against the Greek ones? I think it was against the Greek ones. It was his first game at number 7. And they were, they were double hitting him there. He was going up against hard and Varsity Cup guys. And you know what he said? There was one Haji Baji he had there. And he said, it's taking 5 of you guys to stop me. Keep coming. I like that.
Yeah.
So I think keep your eyes on these youngsters. It is they're still getting introduced to the big boy, bully ball. And I think they'll be ready. They'll be ready for it. They'll be hardened by it. So it'll be an exciting URC coming up as well, actually. Moving on swiftly, mate. This is the big one. Aussie now. The Cannons. Against my favorite
Mighty
side
Gunners.
to beat.
North London forever.
What a good one.
Yeah.
Come on.
Look, but he didn't score a goal. But it was nice to see. To be fair, though, we did get dominated in the game, but they don't have a comment section in the results column. So, they did have domination of the ball, 70-odd%. They were the better team on the day, but we won. We won our first game. We're sitting pretty, and what is a away game at Old Trafford. I'm very happy. But as you know, it's early days, but it's a good start for us. Can't not be happy with that. Along with some other results too.
Yeah, silent celebrations, you're right. Let's humble ourselves, boys. We got a lucky win. That was a lucky win, but Lekker, good one for the Gunners. There we go. Man United, you know your place. Stay in your place. Don't worry about it. You're looking good for the season, but I don't think you're going to be winning against the Gunners. Anyways, swiftly, moving on to a stunning one, probably highlight of the weekend, that Richie goal for Tottenham Hotspurs with a 3-0 win. Player of the week. Yeah. Insane. He did that last season, didn't he? Or 2 seasons ago. He did something similar, didn't he?
Yeah, I think similar, but not as. I think that one was quite spectacular. I think that's already in the nominations for goal of the year in week 1. You don't often see from that far away that kind of side bicycle kick. It was a top goal and well deserving for play of the week. And definitely Tottenham. At least they've started strong also. Even though that we don't really like them that much, but it's always good to see a good Tottenham side, and then it's always good to see a good Chelsea side. Chelsea got humbled with the draw. Crystal Palace on points.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Chelsea Barnes, they won the FIFA World Cup. Incredible win for them. They deserved it as well. Some awesome performances. There's a good chemistry in the squad. They've been building nicely, and Cole Palmer, watch out. He will be back to his scoring ways. But Crystal Palace, watch out. There are a couple of dark horses. It's a tough Premier League to call, actually. I love that.
Yeah, so the same goes for Currie Cup, the same goes for Rugby Championship, the same goes for English Premiership. They've all got to a great start. I'm loving the upsets. I love the upsets of Sunday again, of Borderlands coming through once again. And I think upsets makes viewing and makes these competitions that much better. I think the next couple of weeks in all of those competitions, it's going to be electric, actually.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you. In fact, let's close off on that. In fact, Carling Currie Cup, we're past the halfway point. The log has been just being flipped every week now. It's just looking different every week. Apparently, the URC sides will be using the last 2 rounds, though. So we could expect perhaps a better looking, the top 4 sides, which would be the URC sides in the country. Definitely not in the top 4 sides. Currently, I know the Fidelity ADT Lions are sort of still in the mix, but struggling with struggling with some youngsters, struggling with performances. Boland Cavaliers, watch out. 3 out of 3 home games. Watch out for them. They should be unbelievable.
Yeah. No, it's going to be good. And I hear you with the URC guys coming back and all of that. That's going to be brilliant. But it could be a daylight for some of them. I don't think they'll just come back and dominate. These guys are looking good. So I think that bodes for a good playoff. And hopefully 2 of the smaller unions are part of that Final 4 at the end of the season. I think that'll be a good thing for the game generally. And it seems like it's a fortress down there in Borland. They're getting good crowds,
amazing crowds. They're already breaking the record, weekly.
Yeah, so that bodes well for rugby around the country, and let's hope it carries on and we see 2 minnows in the playoffs.
Nice one. I can't wait. The nice thing is also over the next couple of weeks they actually start playing each other. It's perfectly scheduled. I love the way they scheduled the Carling Currie Cup this year. It's making for entertaining weekends and awesome games, matchups to look forward to with a lot of jeopardy in terms of where the log standings turn out, etc. So looking forward to it, mate. I'll be doing 2 games this coming weekend. And
I see you're getting rushed into another meeting there, so I'm not going to hold you here. I'm not going to hold you up any longer.
I could carry on going on. It's sport is flying right now. It's flying across the board. The marketing, the entertainment, if you look at social media, if you're watching the games live, it's lots of goals, lots of action, and a lot of unpredictable results, right? Which is what it's all about.
Brilliant.
So I can't wait to catch up.
That's what we look for. That's what we watch the games for. That's what we love sport for, right? Is unpredictable.
That's what Vibes and Victories are all about.
Unpredictable it is. Yeah, that's it.
Straight up. Thanks. Sports Sangoma.
See you, Fight.
From me, Tunes Fatima Beta. We'll join you guys next time. And thank you so much for your time, mate. That was a goodie. We're going to sit down and have a proper long format where we actually start to, carve up the biltong there, all the incredible entertainment we've had over the past weekend and what to look forward to coming forward. It's going to be an awesome spring and summer, mate.
Yeah. Thanks, Fight. Good to see you.
Cheers, brother.
Take care.
Likewise. Cheers, brother.